students. So next we are going to discuss the method of finding rank, that is elementary transformation method. What is this method and why we need this? First of all, we have done the determinant method of finding the rank of a matrix. That method is very good for the matrices which are of less order. What if the order of matrix is higher or larger? Then that method, the determinant method, will be quite lengthy and it need lots of calculation and time to find the rank. So the other method give us a shortcut way in which we use elementary transformations and convert a matrix to an equivalent matrix, and we find the rank of the equivalent matrix, that is the rank of the original matrix. So this is the need. And now what are the elementary transformation that we can perform on a matrix? So on a given matrix, first thing that we can do is interchanging two rows or two columns. So it does not change the rank if we interchange two rows or two columns of a matrix. The second transformation is multiplying any row or column with a scalar. If we multiply any row, a single row, when we multiply it with a k, then it does not change the rank of a matrix. Similarly, the third property, adding a row multiplied with a scalar to another row. If we multiply one row with some number, let k, and add it to another row, the new matrix will have the same rank as the original one. So these are the three elementary transformation. They can be used on rows or on columns according to our convenience. Now let us see one by one each of the transformation. First is interchanging of two rows or columns. So here you can see this is a matrix which is equivalent. This is sign of equivalence. So when a matrix is changed using elementary transformations, the new matrix is not equal to the original, but it is equivalent to the original matrix. Here you can see that the row 1 and row 2 are interchanged. So this is the sign for interchanging. So they are taking the place of each other. You can see in the colors 1 2 3, that is in the first row, become the second row in the new matrix, right? So this is called interchanging rows. Similarly, you can change the columns. Here you can see two columns are interchanged, column 1 and column 2 are interchanged here, and the new matrix have the same rank as the original one. So this is the first elementary transformation, that you can interchange the rows or column for your convenience. Next is the second elementary transformation, that was multiplying any row or column with a scalar. So here you have this matrix. We can multiply this any row of this matrix with a scalar, like here for example second row is multiplied with 2. So R2 arrow means we are applying the elementary transformation on row 2, and what is the elementary transformation? We multiply row 2 by 2. It is just for example that it is multiplied by 2. You can multiply any row or a column with a number of your choice for your convenience. What you need the matrix to be, according to that you will choose the number. So here you can see in color 4 5 6 was the second row, and it is multiplied with 2, and we get the new matrix in which the second row is changed and all the other rows are same. Similarly, this operation can be performed on any column, like here in first column we multiply by 3. The first column is changed, now it is multiplied by 3 and we get a new matrix which will be equivalent to the original matrix. So this is the second property, that multiplying a row or a column with a scalar does not change the rank. And now the last and very important property, that is adding a row multiplying with the scalar to another row. This is written like for rows, it is like written like this, Ri means ith row, when it is added to the kth multiple of jth row. So like here it is an example that row 2 plus k into row 1. That means in row 2 what you have done, row 2 is added with the row 1 multiplying with k. So row 1 is multiplied with k and added to the row 2, and this is the new row 2. Row 2 has been changed. So this is a very important property, that after this operation the given matrix remain equivalent to the new matrix and the rank will be same. So this performance, this operation can be done on column as well. That means we can multiply a column with a scalar, like here the second column is multiplied with k and added to the column 1. Here you can see that column 1 is added with the kth multiple of second column, and you get the new column 1 here, and this matrix is equivalent to the given matrix. So these are the three properties that we are going to use, and what is their use and how they help us to find the rank. Now let us see this. Now how to use this elementary operations to find the rank. So first thing what you have to do is, you will be given some matrix, like this is the given matrix, right? So this is a matrix, we have to reduce it to new equivalent matrix using these three properties, so that our matrix take the form of a equivalent matrix in which all the element below the diagonal become 0. Why we need this? We have to make the given matrix look like this. So these are the elements of the diagonal, and below the diagonal all the elements should be 0. We will try to make the element 0, because we know that a diagonal, if the element below the diagonal, the matrix is called upper triangular, or if the elements above the diagonal are 0, then it is called the lower triangular matrix. And determinant of the upper and lower triangular matrix is nothing but the product of its diagonal element. Let the diagonal element be d1, d2, d3. So the determinant of this type of matrix will be their product, and when you get the product of diagonal elements equal to the determinant, then you can say whether it is 0 or not 0. If it is 0, then the rank will be less than 3, and if it is not 0, the rank will be 3, if in the case A is of 3 order. So this is our purpose, to make this matrix like this. This is the diagonal line, below the element we have to make 0. So for making this thing happen, what we will do, first step is to make the first element 1. First row first column element means, if you have this type of matrix, so the element here first row first column, you have to make this 1. So here we have element 3 and 2 in the second row. What we will do, we will subtract. So what have been done, row 1 minus row 2 to get the element 1. When you subtract one row from the other row, you have to subtract each element. Like here 3 minus 2 is 1, then 2 minus 5 is minus 3, 3 minus 6 is minus 3. So new row is obtained where the first element is 1, what we need. The first step is to make first row first column element 1. The second step is to make the element below this 1 below the element of 1 should be 0. So we have to make these two elements that in red color, we have to make these two elements 0 by the three properties that we have done, the three transformations. So we will use here the third transformation, that one row can be added or subtracted, because adding a negative number means subtracting. So here to make this element 0, the 2, what we will do, we will multiply the first row by 2 and subtract it from second row. So second row minus 2 into first row will give us this element 0. Similarly third row minus 5 into first row, because here is 5, so it is 5 here. So what we will do, we multiply first row by 5 and subtract it from the third row. So this has been done here for your convenience. You can also do it for your rough work, writing this is 2, 5, 6 is the second row, this is second row written here, and below this is the multiple of first row. 2 multiplied by first row, and it is written, and then subtracting this will give us this is the new row, new second row. Similarly, this has been done here, writing the third row minus 5 into first row. This will give us the 2 new rows, second and third, which give us 2 zeros below 1. Right? Now the next step is, after making 2 zeros here below 1, now we have to make this element, because this is the diagonal line, so we have to make this element 0. So to make this element 0, what we will do, because these two elements are 11 and 23, so what we will do, we multiply second row by 23 and third row by 11, so that these two elements become equal, and subtracting them will give us 0. So we multiply these two, because this is the second elementary transformation. So multiplying these two by 23 and 11 and subtracting will give us 0. So this is the diagonal line. Below all the elements are 0. Now we can say that if we obtain this form, so after making this form of a matrix where all the elements below the main diagonal, if all the elements below the main diagonal are 0, then you will say how many non-zero rows are there in the new matrix, in the equivalent matrix. So how many rows are there? Non-zero rows, 1, 2, 3. So rank will be 3. So this is the way of finding the rank.